A private hospital in Noida run by the Fortis group has now been accused of shocking medical negligence. Well, doctors there who had helped a woman deliver her child apparently left a large roll of cotton gauze in the lady's stomach. Well, the gauze, which is as large as a hand towel, you can see the pictures there on your screen, disturbing as they are, had to be surgically removed. Well, unfortunately, the woman has now developed an intestinal infection which has prevented her from breastfeeding her baby. The family claims that the hospital even made them run around seeking redressal. They have finally filed a police complaint. All right, so these are the pictures that we are bringing you. A shocking case of medical negligence that has been reported from one of the premier hospitals here in Noida, where a woman who had gone for a C-section surgery had complained a few days later of stomach pain. She had developed intestinal infection. This because doctors left a gauze of cotton inside her stomach. The family, in fact, also claim that they were made to run from pillar to post seeking redressal from hospital. They have finally registered a police complaint in this matter. The pictures that you see on your screens are of the gauze, which is almost as large as a hand towel, and it had to be surgically removed at another hospital in the city. The woman is currently in a hospital. She is in fact undergoing treatment after this medical negligence by the doctors of a hospital in Noida. While the family in fact is also claiming that the hospital did not redress them, this after they had complained about the woman feeling unwell days after that operation. In fact, Fortis Hospital have also issued a statement now. The hospital has said that it has constituted a committee which is currently investigating the matter. The group has said that it is committed to the highest levels of patient safety, wherein detailed surgical safety checklists are followed and maintained. That's the statement coming in from Fortis Hospital in Noida, which has been accused of shocking medical negligence. My colleague Pierre Fitter is now joining us with more details. Pierre, just take us through the statement that the hospital has issued in its defense. Are they telling us anything about what exactly went wrong? Is the family suggesting that this was in fact a case of medical negligence, though the statement seems to be silent on that subject altogether?
Yeah, you know, from the looks of it, Ruchika, and we have the photographs of that gauze that was left in the lady's stomach over here behind us. You know, and it's got the label. This is, of course, done at the hospital in Saket. This is where the gauze was removed from the lady's stomach. But you get a sense of just how big that piece of gauze was from the second photograph. It's, you know, as we were mentioning there, Ruchika, you said it's as large as a hand towel, and it's inconceivable that something as big as this can be left behind, and yet that is exactly the case.
Right.
You know, you can see it soaked in her blood and other bodily fluids over there. And what Fortis is now saying, and I'm reading from their statement over here, they say they're committed to the highest levels of patient safety, where detailed surgical safety checklists are followed and maintained. Now, this is you know, in every surgery, Ruchika, doctors will plan what their steps are, what surgical procedures will be followed. They also have a detailed plan of what kind of surgical tools they'll be using in each operation. In this particular case, it seems like while something went in, they forgot to take it back out, and they somehow did not account for it when they were suturing up this lady at the end of her C-section. Now, this baby, as we're told, is 6 months old right now, which means this has been in her for nearly 6 months, causing God knows all kinds of infections in there. And we do know now that she's suffering from an intestinal infection.
Well, joining us on the phone line, in fact, right now is Amol Bhargava, who's a son of this woman in question who's currently undergoing treatment in one of the city hospitals. Amol, could you describe to us your mother's ordeal and the reaction that you got from the hospital after you complained to them about the problems that were persisting much after the surgery?
Ruchika, just to correct, I'm a husband, and I had gone to Fortis Hospital, understanding that they're one of the best hospitals in Noida. I live in Noida, so I was looking for the best medical advice there. But then she got operated there, and post some time, like since last 15 odd days, she was having severe pain in her stomach. So we got it checked at this hospital in Saket, and they told that this is a case of, I mean, you need to show it to your gynae. So when we went to a gynae, who is also a doctor in Fortis, she told that there is some inflammation in stomach and there is some swelling, so you get ultrasound done. When ultrasound was done, the lady who did the ultrasound, the doctor who did it, she was shocked, and she told that you need to immediately get CT scan done, because these kind of cases are once in a million case, and I mean it is not expected from a hospital like Fortis. So you need to get CT scan done. So next day we got CT scan done, and it was clearly found that there is a huge piece of gauze which was left behind by Fortis people. And immediately we had to get her operated, and the current condition even after 6 days, 7 days of operation is that her intestines have some leakage, and there are certain holes which have been formed because of the infection that has been created by gauze. We had visited Fortis immediately after knowing that, but then these people were like, we had gone them on Sunday, and they said no doctor would be available. I mean, a patient who's going through life and death, and these doctors are enjoying their life and they're enjoying their holiday, and they're not ready to even come in front and accept or react or help us out. So, and even after one of the senior guys told us that we'll get back to you after 15 minutes, his phone came after 4 days. So, I mean, this kind of redressal or the solution being given by a hospital, and they are running after, I mean, they are running back from their words that the doctor is not in our panel, she's just a visiting faculty. I mean, not expected from a hospital like Fortis. So, as of now, I'm totally focused on treatment of my wife as of now, and as per the current doctors, they're saying if she's under observation for next 3 days, and if things do not improve, she'll have to undergo another major surgery, which will be 3 to 4 times of the current surgery which she has gone through. And then again, 3 months later, there can be another major surgery for that. So, I mean, my wife is into hospitalization for next 6 odd months, or maybe a year, or maybe this can have implications for lifetime. And for a woman undergoing operation twice in 6 months, her entire body becomes weak. So, Fortis playing with my wife, and still nobody is coming up and giving any solution. And I've got a son, 6 months old, who's there to take care. He's not allowed to enter the hospital. I mean, he's been crying. I am the only earning member. I cannot go to my office. So entire family, both families are in state of panic right now. And there is no solution, no help, nothing is being offered from Fortis. I mean, this is completely negligence of their patients. And I don't think so. Anybody should go to Fortis and understand they're just earning money. We go to Fortis to get the best treatment. I mean, I could have got it done anywhere else, but then I'm ready to shell out 3 times, 4 times extra money to Fortis hospitals to get the best treatment and after treatment effect. But then they're not ready to even take care of their patients after that.
Absolute horror, the details that you're sharing with us, the manner in which the hospital has treated you, and the successive surgeries that your wife has had to undergo because of alleged hospital's medical negligence. Let me also bring in another of the relative of this woman in question. We have Mr. Abhishek Bhargava now joining us, who's also a relative. Could you just describe to us hospital's response? Because I believe you went to complain soon after the surgery, when you discovered the discomfiture that the patient was feeling. What exactly was this response? Because the scans that were done outside Fortis were the ones that actually revealed that there was a gauze inside his stomach that was left behind during the surgery.
Yeah, so we guys had actually gone to Fortis on Sunday. Last Sunday, we had only come to know on Friday evening that there is something for sure that's been left inside a body. Okay, and I would rather reserve my comments for what the hospital had to say. They were saying things like, we have nobody right now to look into this, and we stay in Delhi and we don't stay in Noida, so if you can come tomorrow morning, and there's a certain person responsible, and he will call you he'll call you about 15-25 minutes later, and that call never came. Okay, so and I am a brother, so essentially, as a family, our first priority is to ensure that she gets the best of treatment. And once that is done, we will ensure that the Fortis group and whoever is accountable for this is put to task. And
Abhishek, I just need one clarification. Was it only when you moved to the other hospital you found out that there was this cotton gauze inside the woman's stomach, or was it in Fortis itself that you found out that there has been some sort of medical negligence?
No. So basically, the surgery had happened in December. That's when the delivery happened. And my sister had been undergoing a lot of pain. And only in about a month back, the pain became really acute and chronic. That's when we went in for further investigation. So we did an ultrasound and a CT scan in other centers. And upon discovering that there is a very high likelihood of something left inside, we obviously did not want to go back to Fortis because we'd lost trust. And especially obviously Fortis is a premium pain and everything, and the charge. And after that, we obviously didn't have a lot of trust in Fortis. But after getting admitted, we went to Fortis. I went personally, on Sunday, even though my sister was admitted, and to try and see who was responsible. But there was total lack of accountability there. I can understand if you're probably selling a soap or something that you can make someone wait for a week. Okay, but if you're charging so much, charging a premium, you're dealing with life and death here, you better be accountable.
One can understand your agony. Let me bring in Amol here. Amol, I wanted to understand from you the hospital's response clearly on this matter, because now they have issued a statement. I believe you've also registered a police complaint in this matter. Except for the stayed response from the hospital authorities, did you hear from them about another surgery perhaps that they would have wanted to make the patient undergo to correct the procedures?
See, I'll tell you about the hospital response. If they're saying that they're setting up a committee, firstly, this was told to us 3 days back, wherein I had informed them about exactly a week back, that is on Sunday, that this thing has happened. Now, even if they're setting up a committee and they're coming up after 10 days, this is like a government stuff which they're trying to do or trying to roll out and trying to hide out. We would have gone to Fortis had we had trust, or they would have given us a right reaction or attended us. But then they don't want to attend us, and then we were actually frightened to go there, and we were thinking that they would actually hide the case, they would remove the gauze and keep it with themselves and come out with any excuse which they can easily do. They are not ready to come out with any solution. They are just making it a government thing that we have set up a panel to find out and to inquire, and we'll set up a 5-year committee. This is complete negligence of the patient's family as well as patient, and they are not ready to help us out in any way.
Well, Amol and Abhishek, thank you both for joining us. It's a case that we have highlighted here on Headlines today, and we'll continue to follow up on this, a case of shocking medical negligence from a premier hospital here in Noida after a gauze of cotton was recovered from a woman's stomach. This because the doctors had forgotten this much amount of cotton inside her body during cesarean section surgery almost 6 months back. The woman is still in hospital. She's undergone 2 surgeries in less than 6 months. So we'll follow up on that story. Thank you both for joining us.